Hi friends! So in the last month I've actually done something I've been dreaming of since I was a teenager. I moved out of my apartment, I packed all of my stuff into a storage room and am now traveling while working remotely. For everybody who doesn't know me, hi, my name is Amelie Zatzka. I'm a photo artist and I create surreal, colorful images. And as much as I love my job, I just wanted to see something else than just my studio and the city I've actually grew up with. So at the beginning of this year, me and my boyfriend finally went for it and we decided that we want to end our lease for the apartment. We sold like most of our stuff, and the stuff we didn't want to sell we put in our storage room, and we are now working remotely while traveling. This all happened pretty exactly 1 month ago, and it was quite a journey already so far, but let's start at the beginning. So I met my boyfriend 5 years ago, and when we first met, I pretty quickly made sure that he knew that I didn't want to stay in Munich forever, and then I actually planned on leaving. But of course, as life is, things get postponed and things got in between, like studying, and of course, like the pandemic hit and everything was put on hold. But at the beginning of this year, we finally both felt ready. For anybody who already moved out, and I'm pretty sure most of you already did, it's always really stressful. But this one in particular was like the most stressful I've ever experienced. As we lived in the fourth floor without an elevator. We had all of our stuff in this apartment from both of us, and including, of course, my studio as well, which was like the third room we had in our apartment. And I don't know why, but we kind of thought that we could handle us, just the two of us, so we didn't ask anybody for help, which was a big mistake in the end. But it was super stressful, super exhausting. We at some point figured out that we just couldn't make it to the appointment. We actually settled for handing over the apartment. So it was a really, really bad day for us. But luckily my parents actually jumped in and helped us clean the apartment in the end. So everything was out, but the apartment still needed to be cleaned, and like some walls needed to be painted over. And we did it like until, don't ask me when, but it was really late in the evening. And in the next day, we drove down to Livorno because we had actually already booked a ferry to Sardinia. My boyfriend's family has a really beautiful beach house in Sardinia, and we already spent a lot of really nice vacations there. And we already had planned to go to Sardinia after we move out of our apartment to have some roof over our heads in the beginning. So our tradition actually is that when we are on the ferry, we usually drink Ignusa, which is like a traditional Italian beer. It comes from Sardinia, and then we usually sleep on the floor, as we don't want to spend a lot of money for a cabin on the ferry. So we usually just sleep somewhere on the floor with a yoga mat or something like that. And then usually the ferry arrives really early, and we have a coffee and a cornetto, a croissant, and then we go to the house. And the house is directly on the beach. It's really beautiful, and we have a really like shitty boat there. It always loses air, so we always have to pump it every time we go somewhere. But basically it just gives us the opportunity to go to the most beautiful places, to snorkel and dive and just chill on like lost beaches, and it's really a paradise there. It's really, really dreamy. We both love snorkeling, diving, everything which has to do with water, and basically, so we just snorkeled all day long. And we also did our deep diver there, which lets us dive into 40 meters, which is like the border from like sport diving and to like technical diving. Yeah, so it was quite a really nice time, and of course during this stay in Sardinia we then planned how we will proceed, like where we want to go afterwards and where we want to work, etc. So we actually searched at a lot of different platforms, such as Trusted House Sitter for houses. And if you don't really know what it is, it's basically that a person or a family is leaving for holidays, usually has a house, apartment with pets, and they want somebody to take care of the pets as they don't want to take them with them. And in return they offer accommodation for free. So this is actually how we found like this beautiful house sit here, and we are here for 2 months. We're taking care of 4 dogs, 2 donkeys and 2 cats, so quite a farm, but it's really beautiful. I really love the animals. I really realized how much I missed having like dogs around me, as I used to have a dog as a child, and I love cats as well. Donkeys are just the cutest. And I will show you a bit more about like where we live and how I managed to work remotely from anywhere in the next couple of videos, as I plan to continue. So this should be just the first video of hopefully many, where I take you with me and show you around and show you how the journey goes on. So if you like to know, you can just subscribe to my channel. I will upload a weekly video every Thursday, and I hope you join.